Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Well, here it is, the top 5 power forwards in the league. As a disclaimer, Kevin Love is not in this list because he's injured, so we only went with players who are active right now. The beauty of this is the answer is going to be what you guys vote. So watch our breakdown, take into consideration everything I show you, and then vote down low in the comments. I will tabulate them and we'll let you know who wins the title of top power forward in the NBA for this year. LaMarcus Aldridge has been the go-to player for the Blazers this year, anchoring their low-post game and providing much-needed experience and toughness. While he doesn't lead the pack in any of these categories, it is a very solid body of work. Let's start with the post-up. Aldridge does lead this group in post-up efficiency and is second in field goal percentage. He is arguably the most clever player down low on the block. So much of LA's game is the pin down followed by a post up. And here he'll face up and ISO, and Portland will let him go to work, and he can go over his left shoulder and finish strong. Aldridge posts up almost exclusively on the left block and is dangerous because he can go either way when he faces up, in the middle or over his right shoulder for the fadeaway. He's clever and he can finish with either hand around the rim. Aldridge loves to pick and pop and historically has been terrific from 16 to 23 feet. However, he's the least efficient roll man and has the lowest field goal percentage out of the group. You can see how comfortable he is when he catches that ball on the pop and just shoots it. But when he has to put the ball on the ground, he's definitely less effective in making that shot. Aldridge has never been great at the spot up, and this year is no exception. He is taking the most 16 to 23 foot jump shots of his career and only making 38% of them. And putting the ball on the floor is not his thing. He does like to settle for the spot up, and right now his ranking isn't as high as it needs to be really effective out there. So his consistency is a little bit off with these shots when he spots up. Like we said earlier, attacking off the dribble is where Aldridge has trouble, and it's most apparent in his isolations, where he's got the lowest ranking of anyone in any category. His strength isn't quickness with the dribble, so it's hard for him to, when he puts the ball on the ground, get an open shot and knock it down. Bosh has, by far, the highest efficiency rating of the group, which also translates into the highest field goal percentage. He is second lowest in assists, however. Bosh spots up more than anyone else in the group as a product of the teammates he plays with, but makes good use out of those possessions. Without question, Bosh benefits the most from his teammates LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and gets a lot of wide open spot ups when they penetrate. He is really great at finding the open space on the perimeter when everyone's focusing on LeBron and Wade and can knock down that shot as well as anybody. His numbers as the roll man are the highest of anybody in this group, as opposing teams shudder at the sight of him screening for LeBron James or Dwayne Wade. Without question, his life's been a lot easier in the pick and roll with Wade and LeBron out there, but he still has to finish these shots. And finish he does, very efficiently, especially on the pick and pop when everyone goes to LeBron and he gets that wide open top of the key jumper. Bosh is posting up the least amount of time he has since he got to Miami, and you've all heard me complain about him not getting enough post-ups on the right block. Well, because he's getting less post-ups, he's being a lot less efficient there, but it hasn't hurt the Miami Heat offense overall. Interestingly enough, he is really inefficient on the right block, even though that's always been historically his best side of the floor. He's got a great first step and can use that as a jab to get an open shot on the perimeter, but he's been settling for that jump shot too often, and that's been affecting his overall rating. Naturally, when he cuts to the hoop, he'll be wide open because guys like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade gather so much attention. Without a doubt, Bosh benefits the absolute most of any of these players from playing with Wade and James. Bosh gets multiple looks like this every game when 4 guys go to LeBron on a penetration. It makes his game so easy. Blake Griffin has been one of the most exciting players in the league for his acrobatic dunks and blocks. While he's criticized for being one-dimensional, he does have the highest points plus assists rating and assist to turnover ratio of any of these power forwards that we're looking at today. He simply doesn't get enough credit for making his teammates better. Blake Griffin posts up more than any other category by far. While he's pretty effective down there, there is lots of room for improvement. While I have a problem with his footwork, he does use his explosiveness and strength to his advantage, and he can finish under the hoop. When he faces to the hoop, he can be devastating with that athletic ability. But when he settles for the jump shot, he's much less effective. With his back to the basket, he still has way too many possessions of bad footwork that lead to misses and bad shots. In transition is where Griffin makes the big bucks, exciting the crowd with his vicious dunks. As a testament to his effort, he gets way more transition baskets than any of the players we're looking at today. He really uses his speed to his advantage, as no big man in the league can stay up with him, and when he gets to the hoop, look out. When you've got a guy like Chris Paul on your team, he's also going to get to the rim easy and get great passes. As the roll man, he's able to take advantage of the defensive rotation to get good shots at the rim, and has improved enough in this mid-range game in the pick and pop to be a concern for the defense. Even with bad footwork on this play, he's still able to get into the lane and finish with a nice little pass from Chris Paul. Isolation is Griffin's worst category, so rightfully so, he doesn't do it that often. Much of this comes down to footwork both on the perimeter and finishing near the basket. Watch how his left foot pivot starts near the free throw line and under pressure ends up almost at the 3-point line. Not called as a travel, but as he gets to the hoop, he can still finish with a little pick. He just can't put together good footwork through a whole play. Here he does a nice fake, but can't finish off of 1 foot off balance. David Lee has been having a terrific season and is one of the biggest reasons the Warriors have enjoyed so much success. He does very well in a lot of categories and has the best hands of anyone in the group. As the roll man, he benefits from screening a lot for Steph Curry. However, he has yet to completely figure out how best to use his talents in this play. As you can see, I think the secret here is for him to attack the rim and get into openings in the lane to finish shots. He's very clever around there, can finish with both hands. When he settles for the jumper is when he gets in trouble on the roll. I find David Lee most interesting down low on the block, since he uses a wide variety of moves with either hand to score. Very few players can do a jump hook on the right block with the right hand and then come back and do a lefty bank shot on the other side. David Lee's spot-ups are the weakest part of his game, primarily because he's shooting a career-low 32% from 10 to 15 feet. Looking at his funky mechanics, it's not surprising to me that David Lee doesn't shoot so well on spot-ups. Cutting to the hoop is Lee's best category, as he uses his broad shoulders well to protect the ball from his defender and can finish with either hand. The pin down for Curry and Thompson are his bread and butter, and he gets a lot of these plays every game. Zach Randolph is simply a beast down low, and his primary mission is to score and rebound. That is all. He won't kick out to his teammates for assists or block a shot, but the Grizzlies don't need him to. He's not the most athletic player down low on the block, but he uses his body well and always finds a way to get the shot off. He loves the right block because he can go to the middle and he'll just keep moving away from the basket to finish. He is a black hole, however, and will shoot that ball no matter what, even if he can't get an open shot. Zebo is the only player in this group to have offensive rebounds be such a big part of his game. However, he's an average finisher once he snags that rebound. He'll use every trick in the book to get open and shows nice touch on the tip-ins, and he'll do whatever he can using his big butt to get open and get those shots down. While he isn't very mobile by any stretch of the imagination, he has a knack for being in the right place at the right time. Marcus Aldridge is a great passer out of the post, and he makes everybody better on cuts, and Zach Randolph benefits greatly. So there you have it, sports fans. Don't forget to go down below in the comments and vote. This is all up to you, and we'll publish our results at bballbreakdown.com. And also don't forget, we will have our top 5 point guards, and probably the other positions too, because these seem to be very popular. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for lots more. We have some really special content coming up. I know you're going to be excited about it. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?